This is going to absolutely enrage the country, especially the Republican base, a base that is clearly behind the ex-president.
The news of the FBI searching Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home sent MAGA world into a complete frenzy. As soon as the news broke, there were enraged posts threatening to take up arms, with supporters wanting to make their enemies, quote, cry out in pain. So let's discuss with the man who knows, who has to monitor all of this for us. And for that, we are grateful. NBC News senior reporter Ben Collins. He covers disinformation and extremism on the internet. Ben, describe what you are seeing online.
This is the worst I've seen it since January 5th, probably, of 2021. These are people emboldened who are ready for the Civil War. That's the way they're talking right now. They're talking about flipping over their flags to show that the nation is in distress. They're talking about buying more ammo and buying more guns. And they're talking about how the time for organizing is past and that they have to start going into action. That post that you just saw, the top post on the Donald, which is where a lot of these people planned for January 6th. They posted maps of the tunnels underneath the Capitol. They posted their stashes of weapons at hotels in Virginia. That post right there on the Donald says lock and load. That's the top post that you see in reference to the news tonight, that Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago has, in fact, been subject to an FBI raid.
The words lock and load. Well, Ben, it was before January 6th. It was the night before. You and your reporting partner, Brandy, said this is going to be a violent attack tomorrow. You rang the bell. You sounded the alarm. Are you right now feeling like we are going to see a repeat event of something similar in terms of the violence?
I would say the only good news here is that there is no organizing principle here. They have tried to get people to go to Mar-a-Lago tonight. That is too quick for a lot of these people in this forum and a lot of these people in these telegrams. But they are planning for something in the future, and they are just very, very upset. The difference is they had a tip of the spear with Donald Trump back in the day. They had a guy who would spout directions and say to be at a specific place to channel all that anger. That's how it ended up on January 6th. Is Donald Trump told them to be at a specific place on January 6th, and they said that was the last day that they could take action. There is no tip of the spear right now. It probably still is Donald Trump, but you have to find him through Truth Social or something, or you have to find him through a press release now, not through Twitter giving step-by-step instructions. The only solace here is that there is no big brand date for this stuff just yet. But the anger and the vitriol and the idea that this is a last straw, that the Civil War is basically upon us, that is the thing that's permeating in these pro-Trump forums tonight.
But has any of that movement weakened, whether it's all of those January 6th or many of those January 6th rioters getting arrested, getting convicted, Donald Trump not pardoning any of them, the January 6th hearing, more and more Trump officials, his former attorney general saying it was all a big lie. None of that is getting through to this MAGAverse?
No, it's not getting through. There was a moment after January 6th where these forums are a little bit more coy with how they talked about stuff. They realized that they were being watched by the feds, and they started talking a little bit more abstractly about either the apocalypse or whatever they thought was coming, or whatever civil war they thought was coming on. That moment has come and gone. They are back to overtly calling for assassinations and deaths of their political enemies. And it's gotten more specific tonight, frankly. I just want to make that very clear. These people have had enough. They are completely, they've made the next step. They've made the leap. They always say in their space, cross the Rubicon. They say that Donald Trump, it's a reference to Julius Caesar to, basically just take over the country by force. Tonight, they've been talking about crossing the Rubicon a lot. It's a different vibe tonight.
Then what do you think law enforcement is looking out for next? What are you looking out for next?
It's the same groups and the same people. I thought some of these groups would be quieter. I thought the Groypers and the Proud Boys, I thought they'd be quieter. I would say the Oath Keepers probably are a little bit quieter. Proud Boys are louder than ever. And those groups, those militias, believe they're fighting for a bigger cause. They view January 6th as a recruitment tool. I will say the GOP, the Republican Party, had a chance to stop this, step in and cut this stuff out in the months after January 6th. That did not happen. As you saw at CPAC this weekend, with the man crying in the jail cell as you put on headphones to listen to January 6th rioters complaining about their conditions in prison. They view themselves as martyrs to a cause. They view themselves as part of a war that is ongoing and that they are about to start fighting physically in person. This is a very serious thing that we have to start facing head on. These people are not joking around. They are serious about a civil war. They've been planning for it for a while now. And while it was pretty fringe before social media took off, it has taken over a large portion of the GOP right now. And you can hear people dog whistling on Fox News tonight, too.
But it doesn't have to take over the GOP. On any given day, the GOP can take action to stop this. And when you talk about the fringe, Ben, I think about the guy at CPAC enacting being in a prison with a lawmaker kneeling before him. And it was Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is a loud mouthpiece, but who does absolutely nothing legislatively. She had all of her committee assignments stripped a year ago and has done nothing but talk, talk, talk. Ben Collins, thank you so much for your really important reporting. We appreciate you doing it.